Hello, welcome to my dining room, also known as our homeschooling space. So today I'm going to highlight all of our curriculums and how I keep it in just one cabinet, just because that is how I'm able to function as a mom. It's just easier for me. And we might get a little bit of feedback on the microphone. It's my first time really trying it. So hopefully that's not too bad. At the end, stay tuned. I'm going to take you to our home library that's quite extensive, quite large, and kind of talk about how I use that as well. And that's a whole corner of our living room. But for now, we're going to get started. And then I just want to highlight my beautiful flowers that my 11-year-old picked for the house today in the yard. It's so sweet. And it's really about all the colors we do. We have a little bit of yellow flowers, and we have a lot of purple because I prefer white and purple flowers. So, but I have a yellow rose bush from my late father. That was a birthday gift a long time ago. So it's just kind of a sweet reminder we have. But yeah, so this is our homeschool materials. So I have had it over the course going into our 4th year this year. This is what we have pared down to just because I wanted it simpler. And I'm trying to do this with a phone, and there we go. I think I got it. So we'll do a quick overview, and then we'll kind of look at things in more detail. This is our everything basket. So this is balloons for science experiments and straws, coffee filters. There's art spray for when we use pastels and charcoal kind of drawings that we need. We spray it. It's called a Fix It spray. And you spray it on and it doesn't come off. So I can link that below as well in case you've never seen that. And it just has our glass slides for a microscope, and it's just literally it's a catch-all. So it's nice in a big basket up here. I just got this at Walmart a long time ago. So up here is some of our just extras. My binder, my planner. I'm still trying to figure out. I'm changing how I plan this year, with the planner I use. And so we'll kind of look at that as well. And then these are just extras as in not binders, but folders, extra papers, that kind of thing. And then all of our Christmas stuff is in here because I have a couple different curriculums that I kind of rotate through. And then this year we're adding in one because we take a 3-week long Christmas vacation, as well as a week for Thanksgiving, a week for spring break. And then we have at least 1 day random off every month. Sometimes it's 2 or 3. It just depends. We start a week before our local school district. So we start the week of August 17th, and we just do math and language arts that week. And then we introduce electives, sciences, and health the next week. And then we get out the Thursday before Mother's Day. That's my Mother's Day gift to myself, I always say, but we are done with homeschool the week of Mother's Day. So we get done quite early. We have a really long break. My kids do have summer learning, but it's just minimal. It's kind of as we go, and it's just topics that I think I want them to learn, things I think they need to focus on, or it's something fun. It just kind of depends, but a lot of our curriculum is fun curriculum. And as a reminder, I have an 11th grader, a 10th grader who's going back to public school this year, but we're hoping she changes her mind quickly. But she's doing summer learning. And then I have a 6th grader that is homeschooling. So my 11th and my 6th grader are homeschooling still. So going back to it, here we have some math multiplication cards, geography cards as well. This is just my extra notebooks, papers. This is a binder for my daughter's summer learning. And then these are Life with Fred math books. We have not used Math with Fred or Life with Fred for math. I borrowed these from a friend from our homeschool co-op, and I'm going to have my 6th grader do 3 or 4 lessons this month and just see if we like it. I've heard really great things with it. I think it might jive well for him. So those are in there. We haven't pulled him out. I haven't done anything with him yet. So I don't know how he'll like it. So that's an experiment. And then this is a very overflowing, needing to be this size of a basket art supplies. So this is charcoals, this is pastels, this is lots of watercolor. There's markers as well. Watercolor pencils, just all kinds of things. And so it'll also be our handicrafts basket. We're going to get more handicrafts this year. My boys are going to do whittling with wood as well. And then down here is where the main curriculum is. And so, being totally honest, if my daughter comes back from public school, then we'll have to get creative with this cabinet. But this is our pantry. It's two more of this to the right. And then there's the butcher block countertop. We added this later, but this is our dining table right here. And I just like it better. I just like it simple. I don't want it spread out too much. I did this last year, have my teens, my high schoolers in our basement. And my sixth grader up here, he does have a rare hearing condition. And so he can't have too much going on around him. It's just too hard. And so we're going to try it since it's just the two boys. We're going to try it up here. There will be times when my 11th grader is in the basement because he does an online math called CTC Math. We really enjoyed it. He's doing Algebra II this year, so it's his last year of math. He's kind of excited. He's good at math, but he hates math. I don't know why. Like, if I was good at it, I probably would have started homeschooling from the very beginning, like I wanted to, but I didn't have confidence in myself because I was bad at math. So he'll do that in the basement. And so that pretty much explains math almost for outside of my sixth grader. So this is my sixth grader side. This is my 11th grader side. And then this is just markers, pens, pencils, and a spinny here. And then just some other notebooks. So let me explain a little bit about the kind of curriculum we're using this year because I changed it up quite a bit than what I have had in the past. Our first couple of years of homeschooling, we were strictly the good and the beautiful. I loved them. They're a phenomenal curriculum. I've actually been to their store several times down in Lehi, Utah. It's several hours away, so it's quite a drive for me. But I tie it when we're like going to the area. It's just a good company. And actually, someone that I go do our homeschool co-op with, another parent there, she actually works for them from home, where we live in Idaho. And so she loves them as a company themselves, and then loves the curriculum. So, but this year. The last year and a half, I've been kind of like having a little bit of, or not inner turmoil, but just feel like we could be doing things differently. We could be doing things better, maybe. And we've started late. So our first year of homeschooling was 3rd grade, 7th grade, 8th grade for my kids. And it was after they'd gone back to school for a whole year after COVID. And I just didn't love what I was seeing, what was happening, and that sort of thing. So this year, in the spring, I started doing a bunch of research. There's a account on Instagram called Camp Fremont, and I found her when I started homeschooling, and then I was just overwhelmed with what I was trying to do here at home that I kind of forgot about her account. Love her. Check her out. I'll see if I can link her down below. Let me know in the comments if you've ever heard of that account, Camp Fremont. She's amazing, and I'm kind of modeling a lot of my homeschool this year after what she kind of does. I'm modeling our schedule after hers. I just want to try it. Like, we've tried 3 or 4 different schedules. Hers is the most unique to me. She's a former public educator and has just kind of been inspiring because it doesn't have to be hard. You can do something different. You can do something that does still spark joy, that still creates a love of learning and not take all day. And so, but she uses Ambleside Online. If I had found Ambleside Online, which is not an online curriculum, let me point that out. If I had found that when my oldest, before he was going to public school, I would have totally done that from the very beginning. And I had actual heartache because it's what I wanted. but I didn't know that, if that makes sense. Like there was something I was reaching for all these years and looking for, and it was that, and I just didn't know about it. So Ambleside Online is linked below, and it is a reading curriculum where you read good classic books, living books, for your education. You do need to tie in some grammar and some writing, and obviously math, and eventually as the child ages, you need to add in electives and some sciences and health and whatnot. But it's a structured schedule per school year of how to do that and give them the most wonderful foundation based on books. I wish I'd found it sooner. So this school year, we're going to slowly step into that a little bit. We have nightly readings most nights as a family. My teenagers don't love it all that much, but sometimes do. And so I put together a list of books from Ambleside Online that I want to try to get through before my oldest leaves home. I probably won't. It's like 50 books long. It's not going to happen. But we have done a lot of reading over the years, so much reading. And he is a bookworm, and I think it's because of all the reading we did as toddlers and growing up. My daughter has pointed out at church when her and some of the other girls in her class are reading, or the boys, she's like, me and my brother read better than most of the kids in the class. And why is that, Mom? And I said, it's because I read to you. Like, I just know it is. Like, I know that reading to your kids creates strong readers, and we read every day. And it's been a little bit less as they've wanted to read their own books and whatnot. But Ambleside Online is that thing that I was looking for that I kind of was doing, but not in the way that I thought I was. So Camp Fremont does Ambleside Online, and so we're going to start tying into that over the next year and into high school for my youngest. My hope with it is to take they have a like skip a grade format with Ambleside Online, and our youngest we held back originally. And just looking at it, I think he does not need to be graduating 3 months before he turns 19. So we're going to bump him up and go 7th, 8th, and 9th grade in 2 years, which is, and Ambleside Online has a recommendation for that. They also have a recommendation for doing 10th, 11th, and 12th grade in 2 years as well, if being an older kid doing that is more what you want. So again, linked below. I'm not affiliated with them in any way. They actually don't do affiliating in any way, just because they keep it free for everyone. It's just a free list. It's like a Google spreadsheet of the most amazing books. So that's kind of what our next, like our future is going to start to kind of look like. I mean, I have a graduate in 2 years, and it's going by quickly. So with my youngest, we only have like 6 years left? Yeah, 6, because we'll do this school year of 6th grade, and then we'll do 7th through 12th grade in 5 years. So yeah, so we only have 6 years left, and yeah, so all these recommendations are things for older kids. So if you have younger kids, I maybe just save the video for later. These are unique curriculums behind me that I have found that we just really enjoy. We trade off on some of them through the school year. And some of the other ones are with Outdoors is our curriculum for our spine. It's 28 weeks long. That was part of what I liked about it. Not that I'm trying to cheat my kids out of learning a regular school year. It's really concentrated, really good, amazing material. And leaves room for learning other things and then more reading of good books. So our spine is with Outdoors curriculum. Our health and sciences for my 6th grader are coming from Good and Beautiful, and then Wonder House Creative as well. An elective that he is doing with my 11th grader, it's essentially like a pirate study and like maritime study, but the historical side of things. That is from Wonder House Creative, which is a favorite of ours, as well as Thistle and Biscuits. They're another one that I really like. And everything's going to be linked below. I'm going to be upfront that another curriculum we use, Harbor and Sprout, and then Wonderhouse Creative. I am an affiliate for them. I've actually never made any money off of them, like sharing my links. I just love them. We love them. We use them. I have personally purchased hundreds of dollars from both. So I don't get a discount or anything. It's linked, and I'm only affiliate just because I love it. And just thought that maybe it can help supplement a little bit what we spend. We are part of an online charter for my youngest for high school. We just homeschool. We do not have any association with charters. My oldest does do like one class a year, or yeah, about one class a year from the high school. My daughter just didn't want to this year. They also do in the morning a religious seminary class with our church where they go and talk about scripture for an hour, and they do that 2 of the 3 semesters of the year. The school year that it follows is our public school school year, and so 2 of the 3 trimesters they do that, and then that's done until the next school year. They could choose to do it the whole school year if they wanted, but we just don't do it in the spring because it gets a little crazy for us because my daughter's in a competitive dance program. We have competitions, and my oldest is on the high school tennis team and has a lot of matches, and he has to be there at 2 o'clock sometimes in the afternoon. And my youngest, they're at spring soccer for his travel soccer team. So that's kind of like what our curriculum choices look like, and kind of our schedule, like how we do it. So I kind of explained our days off, and then just that little our seminary course for the older 2, and just why we kind of try to like start winding things down in the spring. So now I'm going to start showing our actual curriculums. The vast majority of my curriculum this year, I'd say 85-ish% was printed. And so I will link below my printer that I love. It's an Epson EcoTank 3850. They are expensive. They are a huge expense for homeschool, but it has always been worth it. The ink takes forever to run out. I have printed thousands upon thousands upon thousands of pages before I had to buy new ink. The trick is, I'll give a little secret, is you get a refurbished model off of Amazon. So I am an Amazon affiliate, so at no expense to you, if you click on my link and buy something, I may earn a commission. But I have loved this printer. So I got a refurbished model, which means it has been something that was returned to the company. They fixed it and got it in like pristine working condition again, and it costs less. Now, they're not always available, and so if you click that and that model is not available in a refurbished, it's going to be a very good used option sometimes, is what it might be listed as. If you just scroll down, so you'll see the price on Amazon, you just scroll down a little bit, you'll see like very good used or something like that. That's where it'll be. If not, like just type in refurbished Epson EcoTank. I have seen through Facebook groups the 2000s models of the Epson EcoTanks are no good. I've never heard complaints about the higher models. Plus, I think the 2000s, don't quote me because I'm not sure, the 2000s models do not do double-sided printing, which I feel like is kind of a waste of money. So I have that linked down here below to the one I use. I actually just replenish it with off-brand ink. I think it does a good enough job for me, and it saves us some money. So I think I'm going to start pulling everything out, and we will get to looking at all of our curriculum. Okay, so I think we'll start with my 6th grader. So I did want to highlight, I don't know if I can like put a little picture over here. I'm not great at that. But for both my boys, for their grammar and writing this year, we will be doing IEW. I haven't ordered it yet. It's our first time doing it. I was going to do Just Fix It grammar, but after a bunch of research, I think I'm going to do IEW because it ties in the grammar and the writing. The first half of it is strictly grammar, and then the last half is writing. So as I'm reading it, it seems like there's no grammar in the second half of the school year. So what I've seen written down like Facebook groups, and then just kind of some social media places I researched, what they do is they do one lesson of the grammar, and then they move ahead and do one lesson of the writing and rotate that. So because of our new schedule we're going to try this year, that was inspired by Camp Fremont, we will be doing math 2 days a week, and then we'll be doing writing/grammar 2 days a week, which means I need a total of 4 for the week. So when we sit down and do math, we know like we are doing math that day. And there's like no jumping around. There's out of it, like we're going to do math, because if we don't, then we are losing out on that math lesson. So we'll do 2 lessons of math twice a week, and then we'll do 2 lessons of the writing grammar twice a week. So Tuesdays we will do 1 writing, 1 grammar, and then Thursday 1 writing, 1 grammar. So I haven't ordered those yet for the boys, but I will be soon, before the end of the summer. I'm going to see if I can use some of our charter funds on it for my 6th grader. So moving along, so my youngest has struggled with spelling a little bit. I did get this last year, and this was just one off of Amazon. It's not my favorite. I'm trying to decide if we like keep it or if I just like give it to somebody. But what we're doing for his summertime study is the Treehouse Schoolhouse Nature Study, and it's for the intermediate years. And so he's getting some spelling. He's getting some spelling with that because there's definitions of words that have to do with the unit for the section that he has to write down straight out of the dictionary. So it's a copywork thing. So we're going to see how that goes and if that's something we're going to do. I am also going to try a couple of book studies for him from Treehouse Schoolhouse this year. I think we'll start with The Wild Robot. We'll see. I haven't bought them yet. Still like kind of finalizing how things are going to look. But for his nature study, he's been doing soil and composting, the sun, summer solstice, bodies of water, marine mammals, sharks and fish, mollusks and crustaceans, seashells, summer flowers, storms, beetles, reptiles, and landforms. So that's in here as well. But I've liked that enough that I think I want to incorporate her book studies to our school year. Just haven't purchased them yet. We're still trying to like work through it a bit. So my son will be finishing the Good and Beautiful Music Appreciation 1. He might get it done this summer, just once in a while. I actually really loved this. It's unique. It's really unique. So, but if he doesn't finish that during the summer, he'll finish it at the school year. He only has like 5 lessons left. So, and then he hadn't quite finished his handwriting 5. We just like, we were a little behind on level 4. Like we finished level 4 not that long ago. Like he's only done 6 pages of this. So he'll do this year. They are not specific to the grade and like requirements of doing it 5th grade on 5th grade. Like it's just for the practice, because he did have a lot of writing this last year. So he was writing. This is just cursive, and he can write in cursive. So that is good. For science this year, he's going to do Good and Beautiful, The Wonders of Energy. And we're kind of excited about this one. This is Energy is Everywhere, History of Energy, Types of Energy, Potential, Kinetic, Thermal, Light Energy, Sound Energy, Electricity, Magnetism, Renewable and Non-Renewable, Conserving Energy, and Energy and Design. And this is kind of what it looks like. They're really thorough. They're very open and go for the most part. You do have some experiments you can do with it, and it gives you the most simple supply list that it can for those, so it's really great. And then I do always buy the book packs with the Good and Beautiful's units, and then I just sell them on Facebook when I'm done at a discount because the shipping can be quite heavy. I have 2 friends that homeschool, and we always do an order in the spring off of the Good and Beautiful site. They do their one big sale in March every year, and we all buy everything we need in one box so that the shipping is a little bit cheaper and we split the shipping. So he'll also be doing Good and Beautiful Reptiles, Amphibians, and Fish. This is just a workbook because I'm borrowing the unit from my friend. So that is a really fun way to save money, is you guys all buy units and then you share them and recycle them a bit. My one friend literally owns every single Good and Beautiful science unit that they have. Yeah, I think she does because she's been doing it longer than me. And she has younger kids, so she has a high schooler, a middle schooler, and then about to be first grade and second grader. So she can just recycle them, but so I can use them when she's not. It's really fantastic. And then he'll also, this will actually be our first unit of the school year, is maturation and sexual reproduction. I really like how this one was done. This is the first unit we ever did on Homeschool. So that was, it was kind of fun, but also like, oh yeah, mom, thanks, right? But really enjoyed it. And so all the cutouts, you saw some pages were cut out. I keep them, they're just over here. This will be our last time using that curriculum, so I'll actually probably be selling that on Facebook. The students were done. And then for health, because we kind of couple health and science together in the time slot we allot for the week. And so he will do sexual reproduction and maturation at the start of the school year. And then we will be doing, it's in here. Then we will be doing blood type. So this is a 6-lesson unit from Wonderhouse Creative about blood types. And there are activities. One of them, if you so choose to do it, is to order a kit from Amazon. It has a QR code in here to test your blood type and find out what it is. But her curriculum, she's probably our favorite. She's fun. She's really, really fun. She's a Canadian store, so if you're in the US, you just make sure you change the price to USDA so you can read it better. But blood type compatibility chart here. And then it has like really fun activities, like create the chart for it. And there's just a lot of information in a great way. And her material is really catered to, she has a lot she's starting to come out with for middle school, but her specialty is high school, I feel like. There is some little kid stuff, but it's very minimal. And so this is his first time doing Wonderhouse Creative is this school year. I'm really excited. That's his one of his health. So he's going to have 3 health this year and 2 science. We do them twice a week, so 2 lessons a week. And so I rotate between, I'll do like 1 unit and then I do another. I might do the blood type study with reptiles and just do 1 of each a week. I don't know. Like we might change that this year. It's kind of different. And then his other health unit is from Wonderhouse Creative, and it's a mental health unit. And it's her Wonder Years curriculum. And I'm so excited. And it goes through just learning about your feelings, how, like, reading the signs of your feelings. And then it also has thoughts and doodles. She always has doodle pages for like putting your thoughts to paper, even in the high school stuff. It kind of keeping track, like how you feel. And then she talks about the nervous system in it, and what that can do, false alarms and safety messages, building your mental health toolkit. There's like an origami thing to do. Positive feelings, negative feelings. Like there's an activity where you write down like a bad day. What did that bad day really look like? Hopefully, I just realized it's touching the microphone. Hopefully it's okay. And then a good day as well. Control and boundaries, setting boundaries. So it's a lot of things that I don't think I learned until I was an adult because we didn't talk about it. And I'm 41. So that is his health and his science for the whole school year. So sexual reproduction and maturation, blood type, mental wellness, and then the Wonders of Energy, and then Reptiles. And then for electives, his spring elective we haven't fully decided on, so I'll just wait till winter and see how we're feeling. But he will be doing 2 units with his brother for an elective from about the last week of August till we go on Christmas break. So this is the Age of Pirates from Wonderhouse Creative. So this is combined for 11th and 6th grade. And it goes over essentially like the difference between a pirate and a pirateer and what that looked like. But there's fun activities like a battleship game essentially is incorporated, like on paper, discovering your pirate name, learning about the pirate ship, and then talking about the different oceans, what the pirates look like on the different oceans, what an actual day in the life of a pirate was. There's QR codes, roles of a pirate, all by who they are, and then it does historical review of actual pirates. So we're going to incorporate some documentaries. There is a pirate show. I can't remember what it's called now. I'll try to look it up and put it down below, but it's on National Geographic and it highlights a bunch of pirates through history. It's kind of a fun show. It's more modern. Also, we'll probably watch Expedition Unknown and watch some of those pirate episodes. We love Expedition Unknown. It is our favorite family show. We cannot wait for each season to come out. So we'll incorporate that. And then article of analysis. So study pirates pursued democracy and helped American colonies survive. And you have to write. This is all for writing. Her units make them think. I love it. Somewhere else in here, they'll watch Pirates of the Caribbean. And then they're going to create a Kraken statue. And then just some other fun activities. So he'll do that with his brother. And then for the next one is from Thistle and Biscuits. This is the endurance study. And I'm kind of excited. It's only 5 lessons. And Thistle and Biscuits is a unique one where they create all the curriculum. All the art typically in it is, from what I can tell, a watercolor from the creators. They write it together. Their stuff is for younger kids typically, like kindergarten up to like maybe age 12. But this one actually has for ages 10 to 16 as well. So it goes through ages 7 to 10, and then 8 to 12, and then 10 to 16. So we're going to incorporate the books. There's a book for each age group that we'll use for the 2 that we're studying. And then it just kind of goes through learning about the Endurance and Shackleton and their amazing survival story. And then, so that's everything besides spine for my youngest. For him, as I said before, we're doing United Kingdom with outdoors. So actually, I didn't say that. So we're doing with outdoors curriculum. He's going to study United Kingdom, and this is for the entire school year. Is UK based on what he's learning, and it is a really beautiful curriculum written by Anne Trost. And I actually was on a Zoom call just a few weeks ago with her and a bunch of other people, and she just went through and was explaining it and what with outdoors looks like. And I'm really excited to use it. This is a 28-week spine, as I said, and it is laid out like this. So each week is a 2-page spread, and you have for his age, for my son's age group, and this is very Charlotte Mason based. It's like everything is Charlotte Mason based for them. You have your Bible and scripture study. You have your history, geography, enrichment, literature, copywork, narration, which is a really big part of Charlotte Mason, and then nature study. And this is everything you're supposed to do in a week. So how you organize that is your own choice. And so I've kind of broken up our schedule that I'll highlight later to break this up through each day, and then tie it into like the books that we're reading. So there's they have a book list that you use throughout the school year, and how much reading you do per day kind of like is dependent on your child. But like this one is read pages 54 through 58 in the story of Britain. And it just breaks it down. So some books you can use from the library. There's, if you can check it out long enough. Other ones you're going to probably be better off to buy because it's going to be the whole school year. And then I also with it did purchase the picture study because that's part of the art study there. And it was like, I think it was only a $5 add-on. I could be wrong. But the biggest thing is you do a book of centuries. And it is written out by centuries, and it becomes something where they create pictures about what they're learning and in their own words write about what they're learning. And so it's kind of a really exciting way to see how they think about what they're learning, and then they narrate back to you what it is. As I said, we're going to try Life with Fred over the summer and see if we like it. If not, he'll continue his Math 6 from the Good and Beautiful that we started. We only did I think 6 lessons last school year with it because we bumped him up a little bit sooner than we had thought we would. So, but yeah, that is 6th grade. So let me get all this put away. We'll start. Okay, I'm going to try to speed through this. I didn't realize how long I was making this video. So for 11th grade, as I said, my son will be doing CTC Math Online for Algebra 2. And I'm really excited about it because he gets to be done soon with math. And we can do senior year differently. It's going to be great. So for him, his with outdoors is the ancient world. My oldest is actually very history-based. He wants to go into a historical kind of occupation someday. He's kind of thinking historical linguistics. Look it up because it's hard to describe because I didn't even know what it was. But yeah, so he's going to do ancient world, and the high school layouts, they look the same as the younger grades. So it's Bible, history, geography, enrichment, literature and poetry, citizenship, nature, and then there's a miscellaneous for putting in other things. What I do like is everything does have a little checkbox so you can check it off as you go, and then this can be their planner. I might write Monday and Tuesday on it. We'll see as we get closer to the school year. I do love the citizenship part. This is going to be a really unique thing to tie in. He's going to be reading Plutarch's Lives, things like that. There are QR codes in both for quick YouTube videos on studying something with it. So on my younger boy, when it's talking about a certain area of the UK, there's a QR code to watch a 3-minute video of this. Let's say it's Ireland, not Ireland because that's not part of the UK. Scotland, and it's going to show a video of areas of Scotland and just kind of a general overview. So I really like that. And then for my older boy, he also has a QR code here for his geography. And then part of the high school one is reading current events. So I actually have below in the comments or in the description down there, World Watch News is what we watch for our kids' news. We love it. It's 10 to 12 minutes a day of quick snippet of national and international news, as well as good news, just things that are good. And so they will just continue watching that most days as well. And then he also has his book of centuries to add to. And then for his science, he's doing environmental science from Wonderhouse Creative. This is her largest unit ever. It's also her most expensive, and I didn't even bat an eye at the price. I absolutely was astounded. I think in USDA it was $65, $68. I think he'll be done with it by spring break, and it is a full credit. So he's doing environmental science, and he's going to study it and do actual experiments. So each section has the rubric of what it is. So just for section 1, what is environmental science, characteristics of it and worldview, population growth, influencing factors and data, renewable energy, non-renewable energy, positives and negatives of renewable energy, economics and environment, sustainable economic growth, nature tourism, proactive versus reactive management, government policy, waste management, so much. She also breaks it down by how many hours roughly each section will take. But as you can see, like Wonderhouse Creative cares a lot about what it looks like. QR codes, again, for some really great stuff. Doing Google, like learning how to use Google is in there. Yeah, it's just really unique. He's going to be doing some water samples. Different. Section 2 is Earth systems. Just, yeah, so many things. I need to get some more dividers in here for that, so that he can find the sections easier. But that is his spine, which is the history, geography, all that, and his science. Here, let's go here. So he's going to be doing Guest Hollow. I'll link them below. Not affiliated with them in any way, but he's going to do Guest Hollow, government, econ, and personal finance. I used them last year for the first time with my 2 high schoolers for early American history. Really liked it. It's reading based. There is some, not experiments, but like activities throughout. And they have lists of movies to watch, to learn from, or shows as well that are tied into the curriculum. But again, book based. So good. So this is kind of what the schedule looks like. It's based on a 5-day schedule. We only do 4, so the 5th day he just has to tie into other days. And it's the government online textbook that they have created, and then the spine books. Then there's some nonfiction books tied in. Sometimes there's fiction, literature, and graphic novels tied in. They are Christian based as a company, but not necessarily like strictly Christian in books. But I've never had any issues with the graphic novels we did. And then there's the workbook requirements. And then there's extra resources and activities if you so choose, as well as videos. So that is the schedule for it. And then here is his workbook that he'll go through. So it does have pictures, does have color, and the personal finance is like not a huge part of it, but it is tied in with the economic side. So I'm really excited about that. I am a little nervous about all these vocabulary words. Did not have that in early American history last year, but I think it's going to be fine. And that is something that state requirement, obviously. Where we live in Idaho, we don't have to follow anything specific to be able to homeschool our children. We can just homeschool, and that means you can do whatever you want, but we're not those people. So we do have like a base structure of minimum requirements of classes that you have to take in Idaho to graduate, at least from public school. And so we make sure we're filling those things like specific histories and whatnot. It's where we get really creative is with sciences and electives. And so we just want to make sure that they're rounded out in case something happens. We take it year by year. What if he does need to go back to public? His transcript's going to line up. So, and then on his electives is Age of Pirates and the Endurance Study with his brother. And then from Harbor and Sprout, he's doing mythology. Harbor and Sprout is a really unique curriculum. I've really liked them over the last few years. We've done a lot of them, and they're 9-unit studies. And so they do have lists for like some video recommendations. I think they also have some book recommendations, or I can tie them in myself. We have some stuff that we own that I'll just have them reread. I'll grab some stuff from the library as well. But they have links within the curriculum you can click, and it goes to extra resources for the books and for the actual videos. But it's 9 units. And so like modules, I should say. So module 1 is mythology, culture, and storytelling. Module 2 is historical evolution of mythology, and kind of goes through. And then module 6 is science, myth, and belief of mythology. And then module 7 is myth and music, Joseph Campbell and the hero quest for module 8. And then Module 9 is Myth, Art, and Modern Literature. So it ties in many different pieces of mythology, not just mythology, and studying legends. My daughter did this in 8th grade and really liked it. And it's really colorful again, and just something that we've enjoyed. For my oldest, I may tie in the Good and Beautiful geography cards, just because I think doing that like once or twice a week is good. But that's everything. That is our 2026 to 2027 school year of curriculum. So let me know in the comments if you've ever heard of Ambleside Online or Camp Fremont, like that kind of unique thing. Also, any ideas like you have of like, have you used these curriculums? Let me know. I still need one more elective for my oldest, which will be the Creative Minds unit from Wonderhouse Creative that I'll put below. We just haven't bought it yet because he won't be doing it until like January or February. And that's going to be probably one of the funnest electives he does his entire high school career, I think. And then my youngest will pick an elective for him as we get closer to Christmas of something he wants to study. I'm thinking a map study from Wonderhouse Creative. It just looks kind of fun, like a survivalist thing. And then we'll do some book studies. We have used Wonderwell Learning in the past. It's online classes, like you can pay per class or pay for like a whole set of classes. Sometimes it's a 3-week series, a month series, a whole school year series. And they also have like one at a time, just once happening series of classes. So I'll link that below. I'm not affiliated with them anyway. We've just done a couple classes with them for my youngest and have really enjoyed it. It's just kind of unique, just pay as you go as a resource. So happy school year for 2026, 2027. Thank you.